Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth, and fancy seeing you here in Jew. A very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. Welcome back to Big Mouth, and you can keep this conversation going with me on my other social media platforms, Instagram and Snapchat, Big Mouth, and Twitter, of course, at Movies TV Mad. Welcome back, and it's more Doctor Who. Now, this is a rumour that hit the internet about a week ago, and as usual, I'm a bit slow to the party. So let's discuss. Apparently, David Tennant will guest star in a Doctor Who special episode where he's spoken down to and lectured by Jodie Whittaker's Doctor about all the toxic male doctors of the past and where they've gone wrong. And apparently, David Tennant will have to bow his head in shame. But also, that's not it. Matt Smith and Peter Capaldi made their apologies and didn't want to be in it because they just didn't want to do it. They didn't want to be part of this. They didn't want to be part of the virtue signalling, the putting down of legendary actors who have played the Doctor, the writers, the producers. If this is true, this is absolutely terrible. But should we be surprised anymore? There were so many rumours of course corrections, this, that and the other. But the truth is, this was always going to be the truth. We had rumours of Chibnall and Whittaker quitting. Maybe they unquit when they got their own way. So is Doctor Who Season 12 just more of the same? More virtue signalling? More SJW pandering? It wouldn't surprise me. Would it surprise you? I think it's time now to vote with our feet. I think if this comes true, I think there has to be action. We have to stop watching Doctor Who. And of course, this is a really tough decision for all Doctor Who fans to boycott the show. But when something's not the thing you know it should be, then why hang around? If your girlfriend isn't who she always was before when you were in love with her, why stay around? Because you're worried that you could hurt her? But at the end of the day, this simply isn't Doctor Who anymore. And I mean, whoever wants to support this, the Doctor Who apologists, at the end of the day, I think there has to come a time where we all have to say enough is enough, because Doctor Who, New Who, really hasn't worked on a whole since Russell T Davies left. And we know what the BBC's agenda is. We know what Chibnall's and Whittaker's agenda is. But what's our agenda? Our agenda should be watching great, entertaining, awesome Doctor Who. He's that weary pirate who wants to travel the cosmos and discover and meet new people and make new friends, humans, different aliens. That's not what the Doctor is anymore. That's not what Jodie's Doctor is anymore. We lived through one of the worst seasons in Doctor Who history, not because of the normal stuff, because they decided to become political. They decided to push their own agenda. Now, I'm definitely someone who believes in equality and fairness to all and representation, but this is not the way you do it. All this does is ruin a great show. And I mean, imagine having to sit there watching Jodie's Doctor talk down to David Tennant's Doctor, probably the best Doctor of all time. And I'm sure there's differing opinions about that, and I'm not trying to kick off a debate here. The truth of the matter is, if this was to happen, and just imagine, ironically, it's with most people's favourite Doctor, and I want to know what you think about this. What I think about this is I'm not surprised. I think they will continue to double down because they have the audience, and the only way they won't have an audience is if me and you walk. And I think, my friends, sadly, it may be time to walk.